Hello friends, welcome to the channel, Bob here. Welcome back to another Project Gorgon video. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you the gameplay loop, or my gameplay loop anyway, what I generally do on a game, when I log in to start playing. I've kind of reached that point where I don't really watch many YouTube videos anymore. If there is a game that I'm interested in, I kind of go and have a look, try and find the videos where it shows a gameplay loop. I was going to say unfortunately. I guess unfortunately for me, what you get nowadays with gameplay videos is someone going, "Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Knob here. Today," and then you kind of get that projection stuff. I find really annoying. But they say the same. Everyone says the same stuff, same introduction, and it's kind of, gameplay in the background and someone just kind of talking over the top of it, but not really saying anything about the gameplay loop. And I know these videos are probably slow and boring, and I don't know. Maybe people don't want to see the warts and all of a game, but that's kind of what I look for. So I thought I would do one about Project Gorgon. So this video is going to be my day in Project Gorgon, just showing you some of the stuff that I'm doing. Hope you find it interesting. So there is a disturbance in the force in Project Gorgon. I've kind of come across something that I'm pretty much going to give up on. The only reason I'm kind of doing it at the moment is because I'm doing it in conjunction with other stuff that I'm currently doing, so it's kind of making it a bit more bearable. But a new skill was added to the game recently, and this skill is kind of slightly tied to the new dungeon that's in the game. It's a low level dungeon. I say low level, like for me, I think it's like 30, 40 or something. I'm not really sure, but there's a goblin that wants something before he lets you into the dungeon. He wants some candle stubs, and there was a new skill added into the game, candle making, which I find quite interesting. I'm quite interested in those oldie crafts. I don't do them in real life, but I'm quite interested in them. I enjoy watching people do them. The kind of stuff I'm talking about. So candle making, tanners. All that kind of stuff, medieval crafts. But the problem I'm finding is it requires animal fat, and I've spent a number of hours now killing animals of the required levels of different levels, and the fat drops are just so rare as to be ridiculous. So I'm to a point where, for the first time ever in Project Gorgon, I'm just going to give up on a skill for now because I just can't be bothered. It's just ridiculously grindy. And I understand that maybe it's supposed to be this way. I've saw someone on the forums who's already level 50, over level 50 or whatever. I don't know how they do that. Maybe they were just super rich and they could buy everyone else's fat, which is really expensive at the moment. Maybe they know of a spot where it drops. Maybe there's a little... what would we call it? Trying to be kind. A little exploit somewhere that someone's worked out, and they've managed to get loads of fat to be able to level the skill. But yes, I've been farming it for a number of hours now in different locations, and I've basically got 3 bits of fat, which was enough to get me 1 point skill raise from really low level. We're right at the start. So in a few hours farming, I've managed to get enough XP to gain enough XP to go from level 1 to 2. That seems a bit ridiculous to me. Now, I'm perfectly willing to accept that maybe I'm just doing something wrong. I'm farming in the wrong place, or I don't know the way it works, or the exploit if there is one, or the little cheat, or whatever it may be. I've no idea, but it's ridiculous. There's a post on the forums about the grindiness of the game, and the developer was on there talking about it quite reasonably. I thought it was a really good post actually, talking about some of the reasons behind it, and admits that there is some stuff that is maybe overly grindy. But this takes the biscuit, as they say. It really is just so you butcher an animal and you've got a very 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 small chance of getting a piece of fat. It's such a small chance that I didn't actually think I killed so many without getting any fat. I didn't think these cunning wolves actually dropped fat, but I did get a piece of fat from them. So yeah, it's a shame because it looks like an interesting skill, but the expectation looking ahead is that like, God knows how many days literally I'm going to have to farm to raise a skill. Now, as I said, maybe I'm doing something wrong, and maybe these people who have already got it to level 50 are doing something different to me. It's quite possibly the case. But this really seems like it's unreasonably grindy to a point where it's just not fun. I'm someone who likes fun in MMOs. Likes fun. Of course I like fun. I'm someone who likes grinding in MMOs, but this really takes the biscuit, and it kind of puts candle making not out of my ability, but just out of my patience threshold. It's shame because I did quite want to do it, but as it is at the moment, I can't afford to buy up all the fat that's on the market. There's not much of that, and it's really expensive. And the grinding for your own fat seems unreasonable. Also seems unreasonably illogical, because unless these are special animals that have somehow worked out a way of living and surviving and have evolved so they don't actually have any fat on their bodies, it also makes no logical sense as to why these creatures don't have any fat on them. Yeah, so candle making so far for me is a big fail. I'm not sure how anyone else is getting on with it. Massive fail. It's a shame, but there you go. Maybe they'll adjust it. Maybe that's how they want it to be, and if that's the case, that's fine. Maybe there are reasons, but yeah, for me at the moment, it's a fail. But the only reason it's making it bearable, and this is talking about the gameplay loop, is what I like about the game is generally you can do a number of different things all at once. So I'm trying to get some fat, but if the only thing I had to do was to get fat, I would not be doing it. But thankfully, I'm also working on some other skills at the moment. I'm currently leveling up a new animal, a bear. I'm leveling up a bear because I'm not sure if this is a tip or not, but as you get up in levels, you start to get some undead mobs that you need to. They're essentially almost invulnerable unless you stun them first. And depending on, there aren't many. What should we call them? There aren't. If you're animal handling and something, unless you're there aren't many skills that stun mobs off the cuff. I think you do get some that stun mobs with like a perk or a mod or something, but yeah, just off the cuff you don't really get much of that. But some of the bears have a stun attack for their special, their clever trick, and most of the non-ice bears do. The polar bear type mobs generally have a special that or a clever trick that helps with your cold tolerance level. But most of the brown bears will stun on a clever trick, so that's kind of why I'm leveling up a bear at the moment. Graz is a bear from the Goblin Dungeon. He's a named bear, and I tamed him, and I'm now just leveling him up. Pets have like different levels. You've got a pet level, so that will level up. I can level him up at the moment. He's got a bond level, bonded to you. Happiness level, how happy he is. Enthusiasm, I think, increases the amount of XP and stuff that they get, and how quickly happiness goes up. And there are some mods on equipment that increases enthusiasm level. which I don't really have at the moment, but that's what I'm doing currently. What I'm also doing is, let's go to animal handling. Abilities, I think it's 3. What I've also got, what I also spend a lot of my time doing when I play games, any game, any MMO, is thinking about what builds I could do next while I haven't finished the builds that I was working on. Kind of move on to something else. And I went to a fairly high level dungeon for me anyway, and I tamed Squeaks, who is a necromantic rat. And yeah, Squeaks' clever trick is a darkness buff. So he buffs darkness and electricity damage. So then that got me thinking. So I'm going to level up Squeaks, because that then got me thinking about animal handling necro. Maybe necromancer. Like maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure if necromancer actually is. Is it darkness damage? Must be, mustn't it? Surely. Thinking darkness damage, yeah. So I know animal handling is kind of like animals all nice and fluffy and nice, and necromancer's not. So from a role playing point of view, doesn't quite fit. But I thought that if you're a necromancer, having a rat as a pet and having a rat that was called a necromantic rat, that's quite good. So I'm going to level up Squeaks as well, and then I might level up. Well, I will level up necromancy at some point, so I can show you an animal handling necromancer. Yeah, because that to me sounds quite fun. It might be quite a fun thing to do. Yeah, and that's what I like about the taming stuff. Oh, I've just shut the game down. Hang on a sec, I'll be back in a minute. Well, there you go, that was interesting. I basically shut the game down for no really good reason that I can think of. I just accidentally clicked the window to shut it down. So, there you go. Yeah, so that's, as you're probably aware, some of you, to your despair, I know. While a couple of videos ago I was speaking about doing Bard, animal taming, which I do plan on doing. I'm now also thinking about necromancer animal handling. Yeah, so that's how stuff goes when I'm playing the game, working on a build, but thinking about the next one. Even while I haven't finished doing the current one. Yeah, it's all good fun. But the other thing I'm working on also is there's a mushroom language. There are sentient mushrooms in the world you can talk to, and they've got their own language. That's the other thing I love about this game. Just so, I did a little stream yesterday, and someone said, "What do you like? What's the thing you like about the game the most?" And just the fact it's just so creative and interesting. There's so many interesting things. And by raising, when I pick a mushroom, which is the mycology skill, there's a myconic skill as well, which is a language, and every time I pick a mushroom I get a slight chance to increase my myconic skill. And there's a mushroom entity that I want to talk to expand my teleportation options. It requires a certain skill level, which I'm not far off of getting now. Myconic's quite rare. I'm only level 13 and I've picked a lot of mushrooms. But I don't mind that, at least, unlike the candle making thing, at least I feel like there is some progress, because I'm increasing my mycology skill all the while I'm doing it. So that's how I'm spending my morning. I'm leveling up a pet, raising myconic, and while I'm doing that I'm also killing animals that might give me fat, but they're not. And yeah, it's a shame. As I said before, it's I quite like the idea of candle making, but bugger this grind. It's not much fun. And as I said, I'm sure there are people out there who will go, "Oh no, don't change it. This is how it should be." Blah blah blah. But yeah, it's not fun. I'll be back to continue my gameplay loop later on. Hello, welcome back to the video. So we've done some more farming. I've got my Myconic language skill up to 15, which is what we require. I'm hoping it all works out this time. So what we're going to go and do is go and speak to that sentient mushroom, as I said. I thought I would do the journey for you, because the dirt journey is through some fairly hostile terrain. It's kind of like a wintry wonderland, and your body temperature goes down, you can get frostbite and all sorts of stuff goes on, lots of high level mobs and stuff. And we'll be flying primarily, but you know, we'll have a little look at the zone as well as we do it. I ended up getting 2 bits of filthy animal fat, and judging by how much food I've used after the previous part of the video to now, I think I must have been farming for another 2+ hours. So taking into account today's farm plus what I did yesterday, it's taken me like 5 or 6 hours to get 2 bits of filthy animal fat, which only makes the very basic item in the candle making tree. So yeah, for me at the moment anyway, candle making is a bit of a farce with regards to leveling. The animal fat drop is just ridiculous. Although I will, you know, obviously happy to take into account the fact that I'm doing something wrong. So we're going into a cold zones and you get body heat. Body heat goes down. If it goes to 0, you get frostbite. If it stays for longer than that, you get some issues. Essentially, I think you basically will die. So a couple of things that I normally keep on me, 1 or 2 of them. The first thing is campfires. You can build those if you get desperate, and you can kind of stand around a campfire until your body heat goes back up again. And also orcish thick skin potions, which you can make or buy. These increase your body heat by 50% in cold environments. The thing to do though, I think, is to drink it before you go into the environment, because if you go into the environment and then drink it, well, I'm about to test that to see if that's actually the case. If you go into the environment then drink it, it adds on the 50%, but it doesn't fill up the bar. It's just a blank bar. So kind of do it before you come into the zone. Yep, and that will mean you start off with a full bar. You shouldn't. I mean, if you've got one of these potions and you're just travelling through, you shouldn't really need campfires and stuff. You do get some campfires spread around the zone as well that are permanent placements. What you will find though is that they do need to be keep stocked with wood to keep burning, and that's not always the case. So yeah, just be aware of that. I love these zones. I love this really hostile environment. You've got to think about what you're doing before you go here. I'm sure people reach a level where they don't need to think about what they're doing. Then they're just godlike. But yeah, I do. So there's some buildings spread around. You might want to mark these on your map, or the campfires, so you know where they are if you get desperate. Keep my power up for flying. They're just talking about candle making in the chat there. You see, yeah, interesting. You know, you get a skill like that where it's horribly grindy. It's just not much fun as well. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I was doing other stuff, I would have just stopped and just forgot about candle making, which is a shame because I quite like to do it, but I'm just really not prepared for that kind of unreasonable investment of time, it seems to me anyway. So yeah. Now we're going into Gazlook, which is even more hostile, much higher level mobs, and I think it's even colder. I think your body temperature goes down quicker than it does here. You'll see when we get there. It's proper stark. I love it. You know, it's there are ways of increasing your body temperature, resisting cold and stuff, so you can stay in these zones for longer. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to a point where I can just spend some more time in them and do some, yeah, just experience the zone. That's what I like. So, if we go in there now, I think I'm not sure if it will reset our. I'm not sure if it will reset our thing. I'm not sure, but there is somewhere you can go to reset it. So Let's go in. Okay, here we go. I love this zone. Oops. Holy smokes. Got a zoning campers there. That's bad news. Okay. Oops. So I haven't got the thing marked on the map, but I know where it is because I haven't really spent much time here. So this is Gazlook, which I think until the Fey Realm was kind of like the end, like end game zone. There's lots of caves and dungeons and stuff in here with lots of very scary mobs. Yeah. Let's head up this mountain here. I love the textures on the mountains, and it feels when you hear it. When you hear it, feels cold. Can you go up here? Yeah. Now what I might do is get to the top. I might just put my campfire down, and I'm not sure if it gets colder the higher you get. There are some trees and stuff up here. This is quite interesting. Exploring the zone a bit as well. Come across a mob, get one-shotted. That wouldn't be much fun. Okay, so let's put my camp. I think I'm going to put my campfire down. Yeah, so put your campfire down. I'm not sure if you can feed it with wood. No, you can't. Yeah, so we'll just increase our... there's a town down there. It's full of undead. Or ghost spirits, I should say. Yeah, this is a great zone. And this is the sort of thing everyone's aiming for, I think. To just have fun in these kind of environments. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, if I ever get skills high enough, that was, of course. I'm not sure how long these last, but we will we'll form a little feathers out and we'll be off again. I just noticed a yellow glow here. Might be some crystals that you can mine. Yeah, glowy yellow crystal, warm to the touch. I don't think I haven't got hardly any mining skill, so that's not a surprise. Let's just get going. I love the view, seeing that tower in the distance there. So atmospheric. The immersion is heavy in this game, dripping in immersion, shall we say? Just trying to eke out my power as much as I can. There's a cave down there, actually. Yeah, I wonder what that cave's called. Let's go and check it out. There is a cave that runs through from the cave I go to, just across here, I think. It's got two entrances and exits. Shall we go in, just to investigate? Have a look, Valley Cave. Let's go in and check it out. Just get in from the cold for a little bit. Oh, nice. I've obviously never been here before, and I'm not going to venture in too much. Oh, there's some... There's some stuff. You can come and fish in these pools. You're going to get different types of fish and stuff out of them. Oh, there's some tombstones here. So people are actually coming here to hunt. I can see someone doing some damage up there. Wild warg. Okay, I could probably take on one of those. Just one. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll carry on with our mission. There's so much in the game that I still haven't experienced, places I still haven't been to, so it's all pretty awesome. Set ourselves into a raven again. Okay, so we're heading this way. Yeah, so as I was saying, there are some abilities and spells and stuff that you can use on yourself to give yourself protection from the environment. I think this is something. That tower up there is awesome. I don't think I've ever been there before. No, definitely haven't. Let's go and check out the tower. I'm not sure if this type of video is interesting to anyone. As I said in the early part of the video, I think there's definitely like a theme that you follow on YouTube if you want to be super successful. But I do think to myself, from an MMO point of view, I would just like to see what people do during the day, what their general gameplay loop type thing is. Don't seem too many mobs here. Actually, what we want to do, we're a bird. What the hell are we doing? Oh, I leveled up in cartography. We don't want to be landing on the ground, that's for sure. I think this might just be some... I'm not sure this is actually a zone, a location. No, it's just a tower. But it's very nice. I'm not sure what the lore is here, but Gazlook and to a certain extent, you can always tell when you're coming across a... this is a city, but it's orc run. Lots of high level orcs there. You know when you're near a cave, because you get these much whiter snow on the top of some grey rocks, which indicates a cave entrance. Okay, there's a little fort over there as well, which I've never been to before. Let's just get our power back and go and investigate. This is normally what I do, so honestly, what you're seeing here is how I normally spend my time. Looking around, thinking about builds. That's basically it. I think one of the not criticisms I would lay at the game, but I think one of the things that I think they need to do at some point, Snowblood Warrior. So these are all orcs, high level orcs. That fire would warm you up, but obviously, yeah, you've got a lot of stuff going on here. Shaman. Well, I think one of the weaknesses of the game is that like mob placement is just so random. It's there are just all different types of mobs just roaming everywhere. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for it, which is fine. It's kind of like a wilderness thing. But that orc camp, I do wonder how many people actually go to that orc camp. The orcs do drop a few items that are kind of useful with regards to smokes, with regards to crafting and raising up a couple of skills. But I just imagine that camp just sitting there and no one ever going there because of the environment and whatnot. And I do feel that one of the things I think is that it would be, you know, a snow ox. Holy smokes. Yeah, if they could find some way of just making camps more meaningful and like more logical. Like from a humanoid point of view, sometimes you go to some of the zones and they're just like humanoids randomly wandering everywhere. And what are they doing? What's their purpose? Like, why are they doing it? Doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. So I would kind of congregate those into camps around campfires or around some buildings or whatever, just so it kind of gave them, it just made sense. There's no reason for humanoids to be out here wandering around. Maybe you could have a few and you could call them hunters or trackers or something, just to give it a bit of a role-playing flavour. But yeah, it doesn't really make a huge amount of sense just to have a load of humanoids just wandering around a zone. So I'd like to see like more purpose added to stuff, just so it made more sense. So we've got some high-level mobs right in the zone in. Oh, there's a chap there. Super regen, super armour. I don't think we've got any chance of beating this, really. We'll give it a go. What I've done is when I came here before and I didn't have enough. I made that newbie mistake where I came here before and didn't have enough. What should we call it? Favour. No, I didn't have enough Myconic language skill, so it all went downhill basically. I kind of so power is a problem. What I'll try and do is do some... Now I've got his armour down, I'll try and do some burst damage when some of my skills are off. Whew, okay. These guys got super regen, so yeah. Trying to kill them is a bit of a nightmare. What I did, I found... I didn't know where he was, so I ran around and I found him. I've got like an invulnerability ability on staff for a short period of time. And basically, yeah, what I'm going to do is just run to him if I can. Yeah, just aggroing all the mobs. We'll see. We'll see how we go. I was coming in at it from a different angle before. Yeah, and you kind of can get to him. I think it's time to speed up my running a bit. You can. I did get to him before and managed to lose the mobs, so that's what I'm hoping to do now. Maybe I can kind of rest slightly. Oh, ice elemental. Okay, let's carry on running. Those chickens are horrible. They break your legs, and yeah, don't know how chickens manage. Oh, I died. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, okay, what I maybe should have done is there's another entrance over here, or maybe it's here, and it's quicker to get there. So maybe that's what I should have been. That's what I should do. Or maybe what I should do is just watch my health, make sure I don't die. A lot of the mobs won't keep up with me generally, so lots of mushrooms in here to pick, which I like the looks of. Oops, this way. Now what I need to... Oh, jeez. What I need to do here is hopefully I've outrun everything, so it doesn't follow me around. That doesn't look like... Oh, okay. I was going to about to say I think we're going to be okay. Whew, okay. Butcher corpse. You botched the butchering. You botched the butchering? You botched the butchering. Okay. So we've made it. Lovely mushrooms here as well. Oh, I can pick them up. Oh, look how much mycology I'm getting. Oh, not enough for that. That's fine. And I mentioned it when I was playing, what's it called? So I can pick up those, but I can't pick up the porcinis are too high. There's the guy I can talk to. Yeah, I've talked about it when I played New World, but what I love about this game as well is that it's just nice. You run around and you pick things up and you get experience. It's just... It's enjoyable. It's very similar to the way that New World is as well, in regards to like gathering, the hunter-gatherer type thing. Okay, so the other thing to remember is favour. So I have brought some stuff that he likes. Oh, it's going to enter my mind. Your nose is suddenly flooded with a scent of dirt. Oh, okay, so he entered my brain. His spores entered my brain, now he can talk to me. Explode. Excellent. Talking to a mushroom. And this is the kind of thing that never would have opened. You never would have done this. You can't do this until you increase your language skill. Has it actually got a face? Oh, he's got some little eyes. Look. Yeah. And if you want something that you wanted to do, you would never know this was here. It's just one of those amazing things. Okay, we've got 100 favour with Sem, that's nice. Cool, so we've made friends with Sem. Small talk. So this is what he likes to increase favour. You can also do some quests for them generally. It probably looks like it involves killing stuff in here, which I won't do at the moment. Give gifts, which I've brought stuff in preparation. Yeah, so this is kind of what I've come here for. Whether it was the correct thing or not, I don't know. But this lets me bind to mushroom circles and then recall to them, it looks like. Which I think gives me more options for teleporting to zones. Maybe. I don't know. That's just what I've surmised. So, he likes... Let's give him... So this is the favour system where you give gifts to increase the favour level. Let's give him one of those first. So that increased it by 10. I'm happier to give him the crystals and the heart shrooms. So if we give him, or it, or her, or it, who knows, 19, that should... Ooh, look at that. We just missed it by 0.2. That's weird. Okay. Alright then. One more. Doesn't like mushrooms as gifts though. So, we're friends. Okay, so I can now... Recipe. So I can bind myself to a mushroom circle. So I'm assuming that... Assuming that a place has a mushroom circle, a zone, I can bind to... So I can recall. Okay. Unrecall. Sends you back to the mushroom circle you last recalled from. Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's see if I can get the next level. Oops, no. Give gift. That's 10 as well. Okay. So that's quite a lot of these. Split stack. Okay. So we're going to need pretty much all of them. Not sure why I'm splitting hairs or splitting crystals, as it were. Close friends, training. So different type of mushroom. Bolotus this time. Okay, so I need quite a lot of favour to get the next ones. Yeah. And I don't really have too much of the stuff to give. I'm not going to get there with mushrooms, I don't think. So I won't waste any more stuff here. So that's done. So I've accomplished something today. I've accomplished something that I was hoping to accomplish today. I'll show you the... I'm not finished. You know, as I said, I'm going to play through the video. Play through like my gameplay loop today so you can see it. Let's go to candle making. So I earned myself five or so hours. I got too fat. Oh, I need to put a station. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. So I can't do that yet. Yeah. Holy smokes. So I've unlocked some stuff. So what I'm going to do now is, yeah, go on to my next activity that I'm going to be doing today. Now, friends, welcome back to the video. This will be the end of the video, I think. I'm not sure if anyone's found this particularly interesting. I hope so. Yeah, but whether you have or not, I don't know. This has just been... I thought it might be interesting just to do some... you know, just to do some stuff so you can see what gameplay loops are like. Because as I said at the start, that's kind of what I spend a lot of my time doing. On YouTube now, I don't really go too crazy on stuff. Well, that's pretty tough. I have to be careful of that till I can use some higher level skills. Yeah, so I'm finishing off the video basically in my skill raising grindy spot that I go to sometimes. Yeah, because I enjoy it. It's good fun. I got lots of. Actually, I haven't got lots of skills to raise. I think I've said it in a video previously that I've kind of got. I would say, I need to put some of that on, definitely. God, blimey, where all these guys came from. I've got a few skills I like, combat and support skills, and kind of my plan has kind of just been to work towards. There we go. Didn't take long to get a level. To kind of get to a point like to raising those, and then when I get them to, I think my kind of plan is to kind of get them to 60-ish, and then work on getting equipment for them to to make them more powerful. I know that I should get. Let's just kill this dude. I know that I should, get a couple of skills to max. Do it that way. But one of the things I enjoy is just mucking around with the skills, and raising the skills up, trying different builds, even if they don't become particularly powerful. It's just something that I enjoy doing. But there is a purpose to it, of some kind. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I can show you here. Oh yeah, I love the necromancer hold there. Get little legs come out the little hands come out of the ground, and yeah. These things are not dead yet. Holy smokes! Okay. Yeah. So when you're using skills together, what you can't do is you can't use whatever the lowest skill is that you're using. So my necromancer skill is currently 18. You can only use skills from the other tree that are a maximum of 25 levels higher. So I can only use fairly low level battle chemistry skills at the moment, which just means that the grinding is slower until you raise up the skill that you're grinding. I quite like that. I quite like the fact that they've given us an option to do that, to do the grinding, and there is a bit of a limit on it. Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, I'm moving towards my regular spot for grinding. What I normally need to do is use a spot in here till about 50, or alternatively to a point where I can kind of use my battle chemistry as my area effect skill. So that's what I use to grind other combat skills up with. Yeah, so I'll kind of wait until I can use my highest level skills, battle chemistry skills, then I'll move to a higher level area, which I will show you at some other point. But anyway, I'll end the video here. This has just been... Oh, hello. It looks as though someone's been here recently. This has just been like a day, like a game loop day, that also included some complaining about... oh, he smokes. Bought more mobs than I was betting on there. Yeah, it was also contained some complaining about... I shouldn't die here, but holy smoke, where did all these mobs come from? Also, I'm going to die. Yeah, it's holy smokes. It looks like someone has kind of run back through here and pulled some of these. There's a big group of mobs over here around here, and so I've kind of pulled them by accident, as it were. Let's charge back through to our body, our tombstone. Yeah, if I can do more of these videos. I mean, obviously not a video that contains exactly the same content. But if you find these videos useful, or just someone, kind of showing you their gameplay loop, what they do generally during the day, so you can get some sort of idea of, I guess, what you'll be doing as well. Yeah, let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.